Hi.
Hi, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, hello everybody. I'm Yusuf Chandra. I come from Indonesia. Nice to see you all here.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for joining.
Thank
Y-
you.
Yes, Kushal, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Kushal. I'm a product owner from Immediate Software Labs. I've been in Toastmaster for probably months. So this is as the session is on books. I would like to have attend this session. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for joining, Kushal. Yes. Amit, could you please introduce
Hi,
yourself?
Amit. Yeah, yeah. Hi. I belong to Professional Writers and Leaders Toastmasters Club, which was earlier the PMI Bangalore chapter club, and I reside in Bangalore at Rajarajeshwari Nagar. I've been enjoying this Tower Talk series. So few of them I have attended.
Yes, thanks for joining, Amit. Yes, Reenu, could you please introduce yourself?
Sure, thank you, Rachna. Hello all, my name is Renu and I'm from Ritora's Toastmasters Club. It's a corporate club
Session.
and I've been part of...
No, it is a community club.
It's a corporate club.
Rhetorist is a corporate club.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a corporate club and I've been part of Ritora's...
Was I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thanks.
So I'm part of Ritora's for more than 9 years and looking forward to see how I can transform myself by attending each and every meeting, each and every opportunity where Toastmasters provide. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Reenu. Yes, we have Madhavi Krishna. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, hi Rachana. Myself Madhvi Krishnan from All Women's and Entrepreneurs Toastmasters Club. Since as other person said, since series is more of the read books, I thought to listen from the speaker and to learn more set of book names.
Great. We have more book lovers today. Yes. Santosh. Hi, Santosh. We have our area director, Santosh Setia. Could you? Yeah.
Hi, Rachna. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. As you already got to know, I'm Santosh, and I'm the area director for A02 Division A. And that's about it. Was there any other question which I had to answer?
No questions. You have to ask questions now after the session.
Okay, great. Otherwise, I enjoy Toastmasters. I've made so many friends in Toastmasters, and thanks to this platform. Thanks to our division director for really organizing such wonderful sessions.
Thanks, Santosh. Yes.
I think we had Vinay. I think he dropped.
Yes, when I was there.
Okay.
Okay.
Rachna, you did not introduce yourself. Kindly introduce yourself.
Okay. I am Rachna from Mysore Toastmasters. I'm proud to say that today's facilitator is also from our club. I'm the Division A PRM. So I'm also a book lover. So I think I'll have great insights after the session. Looking forward to the session.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have Madhavi.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Madhavi.
Madhavi.
Could you please introduce yourself? Okay. It's Madhavi Krishna. All right.
I think we have Vinay.
Okay.
Introduce.
Hi, Vinay. We have our area director, Vinay. Hi, Vinay.
Hey, hi, Rachna. Actually, I'm in metro. I'm coming back
No
from
problem. No problem.
just
That's fine.
somehow video is not getting on from the mobile.
No problem at all.
Thanks, Vinay. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining.
My name is Pradeep Shetty, and I'm the Division A Director for District 121. And this is an initiative by our district, Division PR, that is Rachna and Shreyas, both who has done this initiative. It's a great initiative. This is not my initiative as a division director. It's the PR's initiative about the Power Talk series, wherein every week, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we get great speakers from in and around our district, outside district, so that all the new people joining in to Toastmasters or the legends or the seasoned Toastmaster gets a lot of things to learn from these great legends. And today's series is about books. And I think being a Toastmaster, who doesn't love books? So I'm here to love, I love reading books. I would love to, take many insights from today's session from Kavitha madam, distinguished Toastmaster Kavitha madam. So I'm here to learn. So let's together jump in to learn and from the great seasoned Toastmaster. So over to you, Rachna. I think it's already 7:11. Let's start the session.
Yes, sure. Good evening, everyone. How are you all?
Great.
Okay,
Doing good.
great to hear. So today it's the Power Talk Division A District 121's Power Talk Series Session 5. And it's a special initiative, as already our division director informed. So it's a special initiative so that we bring experienced Toastmasters and their experience and their output give us more insights. This helps us to grow as speakers, leaders, and lifelong learners. Today's session is entitled The Reading Habit. So, in a world filled with constant information, digital transformation, developing the habit of reading not only expands our knowledge, but our thinking ability, communication, and creativity. Through this session, we'll explore different genres, discover remarkable authors and works, and most importantly, how to build our reading habit. Before I introduce our facilitator today, let's play a small game. I'll let you know the 2 truths and 1 lie about our facilitator, and you have to guess the lie. Are you all ready? Yes? Show us with your favorite emojis.
Yes.
Okay. So the first statement is she has delivered over 20,000 hours of training, impacting more than 1 lakh individuals. Statement number 2, she is the national champion in effective public speaking. Statement number 3, she started her professional journey as a software engineer in Infosys. Which is the lie? Anyone could give it a try? Yes.
Second one?
Second one.
Third
Okay.
one. Third one as a software.
One, I think.
Okay, we are getting more responses. Anyone wants to go with the first response? We have got 2 and 3.
First one. First
Okay.
one.
Okay. The third one is the lie. I want you to let the audience know what was your first career, Kavitha.
Okay, I started my corporate career in Infosys Mysore as a soft skills trainer, not as a software engineer, and still less savvy on the software and all that. I'm not a very pro techie like you all.
Okay.
Other two statements are 100% correct.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I heard as Infosys and I thought that was the right one. I forgot the entire. Infosys kept me.
Okay. So let me introduce our facilitator, Kavitha M. Prakash. We are privileged to have her today. As a speaker and mentor, Kavitha M. Prakash, DTM, a renowned public speaking coach, corporate trainer, and entrepreneur with over 2 decades of professional experience. Having delivered over 20,000 hours of training and impacted more than 1 lakh individuals, she has worked with leading organizations such as Accenture, Infosys, SAP, Volvo, and EY. Distinguished Toastmaster, the highest recognition in Toastmasters. She is also a JCI Senator and National Champion in Effective Public Speaking. JCI India 2018. Through her signature initiative, Kavitha's Capsules, she continues to inspire audience. Yes. So let's give a big round of applause to our facilitator of today's session. Over to you, Kavitha and Prakash.
Thank you so much, Rachana. Nice to see your initiative. I was also impressed by the Power Talks, the title, because we all need the power. And sometimes power comes from food, power comes from your thinking, but power mostly comes from books, the reading habit. Somebody said, a famous author said, books open up a new world to you. In fact, many, many worlds to you. So when I'm reading a children's book, I become a child. When I'm reading a self-help book, I become a master or a facilitator of self-help. Or when I'm reading classics or history, then I'm very, very inquisitive. So the genre I pick decides what mode I am going to be reading that book in. So this is how books open up new worlds to us. You may think I'm old school by just reading books. There is always this $1 million question that whether books are better or movies are better. This question surfaced and did the rounds when we had the series of Harry Potter movies. All the book lovers who had read all the books of 7 books of Harry Potter loved J.K. Rowling as much as they loved the protagonists of the movie. But they always felt movie is an abridged version. We loved reading the books because it helped us to imagine and visualize all the descriptive mentions noted in the book. And that is why they loved the author, the writer, for her immense genius in describing very, very small details that helps you to visualize. But movies are also interesting because I'm sure the director or the producer must have done a thorough research on every detail in the book, and that's how they produce the movies. So I feel it is not right to compare both the genres. Each one has its own specialty. The book can be read for a week or a month, but the movie is going to be watched only for 3 hours. So they have to take the liberties, and that's how movies are made. Well, yes, it is like comparing oranges to apples. So let us not enter into that debate any time in our life. Those who love reading books may love reading books. Those who love watching movies may love watching movies. However, each one has their own benefits. When you're reading books, it opens up new worlds to you, like I said, because it has opened up a lot of worlds to me. When I was a child, I used to visit the Indian Institute of World Culture in Basavangudi. I lived in South Bangalore during my school days. And everyone used to rush to their friends' houses, but I always used to go to the library there. And it is on BP Wadia Road in Basavangudi. You can always go and just check out the collection there. So that is how I picked up my interest in reading books. And I read most of the classics, some of the special magazines, and somehow I developed that love for books. So my favorite hobby was reading books, but it became my favorite because in my home there was a nice place. There was one katte next to a window. I had put a nice small soft bed and a pillow, and I would stretch my feet and just go on reading the books into my own world. It would be difficult for my grandmother to nudge me out to come and have lunch or dinner. But my mother had a very tough time because I played pranks on her. When it was exam time, I always told her I'm studying for the exam. And that's what children are supposed to do. And I always had a hardbound book of the Atlas. You know why Atlas? Because it's a very big book. And you know what? I used to hide my storybooks in the middle of the Atlas and read them. I can actually say this loud because my mother is no more, but I'm sure she is watching me there and laughing at my pranks. Okay, so this is the small interesting way to tell you that I was so much in love with books. And in childhood, of course, we read the usual books, the Enid Blyton series, the Nancy Drew, the Hardy Boys, and Amar Chitrakatha, Tinkles, and the Reader's Digest. We graduated to Reader's Digest. And the best part was, it was not just me reading. In our house, we had a study room, and there was a whole shelf filled with books of all genres. So I used to keep that shelf very clean, dusting it regularly and arranging the books neatly. So this was also a ritual that I, lovingly did during my childhood. I think we have to do all this because looking for books is also my favorite hobby. In fact, just like how I always say, Toastmasters is therapeutic because you come on stage, you let go of your fear, inhibitions, and then you just roll out all the feelings, thoughts, your thought process, everything on stage in words. Books do the same thing to me. It is also therapy. But reading books may be one kind of therapy, but shopping for books is another kind of therapy for me. So if people thought they could just go to clubs and party, I always felt I'll go to a bookstore. And my favorite hobby was visiting all bookstores and going through the aisles between rows and racks of books and just pick up a book randomly, open it, and feel the smell and feel the texture, and then go to the last back cover and then read the synopsis. Of course, there is also an idiom which says, don't judge a book by its cover. As Toastmasters, we don't judge anything, but we evaluate. So this habit actually helped me to learn how to check out on different genres of books. And the bookstore is the best place to do that because all the books, all the genres are available to you in one screenshot, I should say. You just open your eyes and everything, all the labels are there. You know which genre to go to if you want something. And I usually used to spend at least 2 hours in a bookstore. Crossword, Higginbotham's, Gangaram's, and now, of course, Sapna Book House. So these were my favorite haunts, and people would sometimes mock at me. You're earning so much, and why haven't you bought jewelry? My mama still says that to me. And then he said, how many kgs of books did you buy this time? So I just smile at him and then say, you should also try reading some books. Well, so that's how people look at it. But I think I found a good companion. And so we enjoyed reading the same genres of books. But now my companion is very busy with business, so no time for books, but I still read them. In fact, I have a personal collection of around 2000 plus books in my home. It is my personal home library. It is only mine, not anybody else's. So that's a secret. Sometimes I wake up and read. I don't go on WhatsApp right in the morning, but I read something. So there are many genres in books. Now I would like to quiz you just like Rachana did. Okay. Can my audience unmute and call out what are the different genres of books?
It can be news.
Non-fiction.
Yeah.
Suspense, thrillers, okay. Comedy,
Self-help,
comedy,
spiritual, devotional,
motivational,
spiritual,
Fantasy.
spiritual books,
fantasy, fiction, correct. Okay, under
Non-fiction.
fiction, there are subgenres also. Okay,
spiritual,
great. Sorry?
spiritual books.
Spiritual books, correct. Spiritual and
Horror.
devotional may not be the same, but they are two different
Yeah.
subgenres. Yeah. Okay.
Horror.
Horror, correct. Suspense, thrillers, horrors, detectives, right? So I grew up on a big dose of
Leadership,
Sherlock Holmes books. And later
leadership.
I also did Perry Mason and Percy Jackson. They were all really good detective books. So these were during my college days. So I read thriller books besides romance. So to keep life spicy as an adolescent. Okay, I'll just read out different genres. I have made a list here. I did not make it. I asked ChatGPT to give me. So ChatGPT gave me this list. It has about 25 different genres: fiction, non-fiction, mystery, thriller, romance, science fiction, fantasy, horror, historical fiction, biography or autobiography, self-help, business, economics, travel, cookbooks, poetry, children's books, young adult genre, diaries and journals, memoirs. So that means someone wrote in the memory of someone or dedicated it to them. And then we also have history, pure history, and philosophy, psychology, science and technology, crime and detective, utopian and dystopian. So, utopian is about the ideal world conditions. It's nice, it exists in books, but not in the real world. Okay. So, there are some subgenres also. These are very few popular genres. And the first one is fiction. Under fiction, we have literary fiction, historical fiction, speculative fiction, and crime fiction. I mentioned Sherlock Holmes to you. In fact, there's a very nice movie about Sherlock Holmes also. You must watch that movie and also read some books from about Sherlock Holmes, detective espionages. Then we have the category romance. Under that, we have contemporary romance, historical romance, paranormal romance, romantic comedy. Then we have mystery. The subgenres are cozy mystery, the one that Agatha Christie writes. And then police procedural mystery. These are the real crime stories. And then we have psychological thrillers, which keep you on the edge of your seat, nail biting and looking forward to what happens. Do they really get killed or they are spared? If they are killed, how do they get killed? So they always leave a question mark as you read. These are unputdownable books. Then we have science fiction or fantasy. Under that, we have epic fantasy. Can someone recall any epic fantasy? The Lord of the Rings, which were later also made into a movie. Urban fantasy. Yeah. Then we have space opera, Star Wars. If you're from my generation, you must have heard of Star Wars. Then we have cyberpunk. That is something to do with the tech background, and the concepts are also usually tech based. Then we have non-fiction. Under that we have biography, self-help, history, and science. So I have some very, very favorite books under these. As a college girl, I used to be fascinated and also very remorseful of history, because I read a book by a little girl, must be a 12 or 13-year-old, just as old as me. It's called The Diary of Anne Frank. It talks about how the Jews massacred in Germany.
they went underground. So it is about a little girl belonging to a small family who lived underground in their own home to escape being sent to the gas chambers or the Nazi camps. So she actually captures in different happenings that are going on around in her time and what she feels about it as a young girl who has lost her childhood by being in what do you say, in hiding. So it was a very touching book, and I think Anne Frank's books were not discovered for a very long time, but after Germany became independent, uh, all the homes were searched and somebody found these books, handwritten books, and then they published it. And that's how the Diary of Anne Frank came into light. So this actually helps us to understand the times of, how people lived at some point of time in a different country or a space or a geographical location. Well, this is very intriguing. This helped me also to empathize more about people. And, you know, and because I read this book, I also read Adolf Hitler. I wanted to know why Hitler had to do all this. It seems his childhood, his background, his past experiences led him to develop a hatred towards the Jews. And that is why he actually built camps, concentration camps, to kill them, to torture them. There was genocide. And I'm sure God must be giving a sermon to Adolf Hitler even now, a long sermon about all his deeds. So these things make us think a lot about humanity and the values and all that. Another historical romance that was actually my textbook during my master's in English is Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. This is also a book that actually captures the lifestyle of the British people during that time. Must be about 100 years from now, or maybe 150 years from now. And this book has also been made into a movie. Guess who's starring in that movie? The most beautiful woman from India, Aishwarya Rai. Okay, so these are very interesting things, nuggets that actually helps us to see the reading of books in a different light. Of course, that movie also captures very beautifully the lifestyle, the setting, and all that. So when I read that book, I had imagined a lot of things because I had seen colonial homes when I studied in KGF College. So it is full of British bungalows. So that was my background of imagining how the British lifestyle was, because we also had Anglo-Indian people living when I was doing college. So whatever I had imagined, it was almost 80% just like that in the movie. And I think it also helps us to relate to the times that we were brought in, how women are treated, how they are looked upon as, they have to be presentable at all times. And their duty is to cater to everyone's needs in the home. Indian society also has all these mentalities and attitudes to a great extent. But it helped me to break free from a couple of thoughts or stereotypes that I had formed. So, reading books actually helps you to think independently and also make your worldview point of view. It's very important because now we are living in a global village. Everything is so near, and every bit of information is accessible at the tip of our fingers. However, reading books can actually help us understand different cultures. So, at one part in my training career at Infosys, I had to do cross culture sensitivity for the employees who were actually going on site to different countries. It could be Australia, America, the Middle East, and Yeah. So these were the countries that were London, whatever. So I read books about their cultures, and back then internet was not a big thing then. So I had to read books, and that's where I got all my information from. And then I talked about a lot of incidents, especially about the Germans. What is their work culture? How do they actually look at life? Are they, monochronic, polychronic? I kind of understood a lot of things about their values, their behaviors, and how the society is set up. It became easier for me to deliver my sessions to help my audience understand as what is the right behavior and what is not the right behavior when they visit a different country, when they work with the clients of a different time zone as well as different culture. So books also helped me in my professional pursuits. And I would like to talk about one more book. So this is the book I'm talking about. I'll just brief a few lines about this. So do you see the author's name? Yes. Oh,
Sudhamurthy.
yes. She's one of my favorite authors because she's so simple and she can break down things at the human level. She has written a lot of books, and this book is very special because it is about her own life experiences. This is called 3000 Stitches. Here, she writes the stories of ordinary people and extraordinary lives. It's a compilation of different stories, but the title is very amusing. Sudha Murthy, at one point of her time, she is a philanthropist, she has helped a lot of people. So during her college days, she actually went all out to help the underprivileged people from the uh, prostitutes community. Okay. Back then they were called prostitutes, and that's why I'm using that word. She wanted to uplift them and empower them. And, she actually did work with that community for a long time and brought them to mainstream, showed them that life can also be respectable and not just being subdued. So they gifted her a quilt which had 3000 stitches. So she had uplifted and empowered 3000 women from this profession, and each one put a single stitch. And that's why the book is called, that experience is called 3000 Stitches. So it is also one of the story that she shared in this book. So this actually opens up so many questions to us about the society around us, how people actually take other people for granted, and how people are succumbed by their fears, and how they don't even know that there can be another way that they can actually seek. But don't worry, we are Toastmasters. We meet a lot of people, we network, we actually talk and find out what other people do. So it gives us a much, much bigger perspective of the entire human spectrum, right? In fact, every human being is also like a book. You just have to spend time with them, talk to them, and find out what their thoughts are, what their personality is. And what is that 90% of the iceberg when we know only 10% of the iceberg? You know the iceberg analogy, that only 10% of the iceberg is visible above the surface of the water, and another 90% is under the water. So I am really fascinated by the world of books. And from my high school onwards, I had been introduced to the Bhagavad Gita. It's actually a life manual which helps you to understand how to face different situations with a magnanimous mind or a stoic mindset. That means you will not be disturbed by success. or failure, riches or poverty. All of us face this, right? Sometimes we have a lot of money, sometimes we are tight on the money aspect. So how to keep your mind in balance? That's what I learned from the Bhagavad Gita. And it's been a long time since I've been trying to live the Bhagavad Gita way of life, and it's definitely a wonderful self-help book. And yeah, so when I was in Infosys, I was also given a development assignment. So the bunch of trainers we were asked to evaluate, or sorry, give a book review of one of the most popular books at that time. It was a self-help book. That was Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There are so many beautiful principles that I picked up from that book and implemented in my life also, especially the one about time management, because I was always like a fire engine rushing to the most urgent ones. It helped me to think through things and also prioritize what I need to do. So this is a real life implementation of what you read from the books. And that's probably why my master trainer in Infosys wanted us to read that book. It was quite a huge book. And back then I had cursed that person who gave us the development assignment, and they just gave us 1 week to submit our book reviews. There was no chat GPT. There was not even much of internet where I could say, okay, give me a summary of highly effective people, 7 habits of highly effective people. That wouldn't happen back then. So I literally had to read it and make my notes and also submit the review, which was a very beautiful assignment when I look back now. Yeah. So when you ask of late, people do ask for recommendations of books to read. So I always tell you should try different genres, not just the one that you really like. Because every genre has a different style of narrating, storytelling, writing, the vocabulary, the way it is presented, and each author has its own signature style. So I think we should pick up different genres. One from the autobiography genre. This is we recently won the Cricket World Cup, so I thought I will pick up this book from my collection. This is called Out of the Box, and it's the book written by Harsha Bhogle. He's the most famous and popular commentator of cricket. So he talks about watching the game we love, and he actually captures, how he saw different cricketing legends being on the ground, in the field, playing, and how they actually transformed their lives, how they had phenomenal victories. So he captures all that in this beautiful book. And he also talks about his own journey as a commentator and shares very beautiful anecdotes. I think you should really read this book. It's called Out of the Books by Harsha Bhogle. And you know who's written the introduction to this book? It is Sachin Tendulkar, our master blaster, the god of cricket. And I would also like you to read something from the ancient times about warcraft, statecraft. And that is, you must guess who this author I'm talking about.
Chanakya?
Chanakya, correct. Okay. So Chanakya's, treatises have been very interesting. It was from real life observation and experiments, and his own experiments as a kingmaker that he captured in his Arthashastra. That's a very beautiful read. It's very interesting. And you should pick up the one written by Shama Shastri, which is the recent, the original translation of the Sanskrit to English. It's available. Reading in English actually gives us much more access to the shlokas and the meaning and the anecdotes that he talks about there. Okay. Now, I ever since I got interested with reading about Chanakya, I also, in the course of time, I also met one person who was Radhakrishnan Pillai. Guess where I met him? It was at one of the Toastmasters annual conferences called, I think it was Coronation, or maybe there was one more semi-annual conference that we were doing in District 92. So that is where I actually met this person. He gave us an educational session for about 2 hours about Chanakya and how he has translated all of them to English. And he has actually bifurcated a lot of these Chanakya's, writings, and he has categorized them. This one is called Katha Chanakya. It's a Kannada book. Of course, there's an English version also of this. So these are stories by Chanakya. And then there is one Chanakya Niti. So that means the values of life and how to, live your life, lead a meaningful life, purposeful life, and all that. And then there's one book about as captured by Chanakya for students. These are authored by Radhakrishnan Pillai. So these are some really impactful books, and they actually transform the way I think about the world. It gave me a very good worldview, a balanced worldview. Now, of course, geopolitics is taking most of our thought time, screen time, talk time, everything. Most of us are discussing about how the war is going on. Is this the World War III? Will we get LPG cylinders on time? We have really, really big questions here. So understanding why these things are done and how different leaders think, and how they engage with other countries, the thought process of Chanakya actually gives us that view, clarity about that view. So it is not like I'm blaming Donald Trump or Putin or Khomeini or anyone, because they all have their own reasons and purposes to be doing what they're doing. I'm not saying whether what they do is right or wrong, but we at least understand that inside out when we have a little bit of knowledge. Now, many people ask me, I don't have time to read a book, because most of the books are like, so this one is about 300 pages. Another book is, 600 pages. How do we manage the time? So there is a hack for it. You can definitely go for a one-page summary about the book. You can get an infographic from the internet, and that will help you to capture the essence. But that's not all. That's just scratching the surface. You can listen to the audio versions of the book, or carry your Kindle and read the soft copy of the book. Even while you're traveling, I almost have at least 1 or 2 books whenever I am traveling. I travel a lot. And, it used to be nice when I used to travel by trains. And I always read a book and also spoke to people who were books in front of me. So actually, this helps us to, uncover the veils of ignorance that we have. And listening to an audiobook may also be as effective as reading a physical copy of the book, reading an e-book. So make sure that you make it a ritual of reading at least a little bit every day. And pick up different genres, understand how the world behaves the way it is behaving, why individuals are like that. So these are very interesting questions. It's not that you get all the answers, but at least you understand the thought process. Recently, I attended a book launch in Mysore, which was by the Mysore Book Club Society. And so this was the book. I got a signed copy by the author. So it was very nice to, getting an autographed copy. You can see this? Yeah. Okay. So the author is Beena Kamlani. She is an NRI based out of London and New York. And she has worked with some of the best publishers in the world, and she has been an editor for a long time. But this is her first book. After a career as an editor for nearly 35 years, this is her first book. And this book is called The English Problem. When I saw the notification about this book reading session or launch of book session, I thought, what could be the English problem? Is it about the language? I don't have a problem about it. Okay, so is it the English people that she's talking about? Okay, is it the Indians who were colonized by the English? What is she talking about? So I had a lot of questions, and I attended the book launch session. And I had an interaction with the author, and it was really enriching because she was looking at it from different lenses. It was set in the pre-independence period, and the protagonist is a simple Indian youngster who has this dilemma of being connected with the roots, but is in London and wants to come back to family. He hasn't even seen his child, so there was no Skype or WhatsApp back then to make video calls. So he has only been imagining how his child must have been and lived there for 30 years because he did not have the money to come back and see his child. So it is actually a touching story, but it opens up a lot of things. Then what do you think this fat book must contain? Right? So you can also read this book. It's very interesting. And it helped me to connect with the colonial scenario, and also how Indians lived their life back then. People traveled from India to London and actually lived there. So we also know of one famous personality, a mathematician, Ramanujam, who also was called to London to talk about his mathematical supernatural abilities. Even that is also a movie now. You can actually watch the movie and also read the book. When I read books, sometimes I wonder about why this happened this way. Of course, the author wanted it that way. But I also wonder, there are so many good things that it's nice to know them. Sometimes I wonder if books will be my all-time companion. Because even your own family gets busy at some point of time. And not always everyone is available for us all the time. And especially when you're out there, it's nice to make friends with the characters in the book, the author himself or herself, and see how their perspectives are. Of course, reading books helps your language ability, vocabulary, and your thought process. So if you think you're inspired to read books, then you should thank your stars for being here in this session. And we all are work in progress, continuous work in progress, and books actually help us to make that progress in a purposeful way. Depends on which books you're reading. Okay. Thank you for being here. I now hand over the script back to Rachana, who is moderating the session. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And books have always been therapy for me, not just reading, but also shopping for books in the store.
Yeah.
Now, we can have a little discussion. It'll be nice.
Question and answer session.
Yes, if
What
you
kind of
have
books do you read? Yes,
I
come
read
on.
some leadership books and self-help books. But I wanted to ask a question. You mentioned about good books. Were there any bad books also, which you left in between or you did not like? So how do you deal with that?
Okay. Yeah, it's okay to drop a book. I have also done that because I couldn't read farther than 10, 15 pages. Sometimes I have also dropped books. Yeah.
Okay.
There is a specific word. I am not able to recall that word, but I will search for it and let you all know. It is called piles and piles of unread books. Okay, it's a very interesting word actually. I will just check and let you know. Yeah, so it is okay to not have read some books because we didn't like to it. Maybe it didn't match our way. You left midway, Amit?
Few books.
Few books, okay. But there are also books that you read completely?
Yes.
Wonderful.
The problem
Okay.
is finishing the book. There are some books are piled up, as you said. Finishing that book and catching up another book is always a challenge.
Okay, yeah. So do you mean reading 2-3 books parallelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it happens with me also. Um, just to get a change of atmosphere, sometimes I put the book, pause it for some time, and read another book also. Yes, I do that. And it's okay. You can always come back to that book. That's still there in your bookshelf, right?
Yes.
Nothing is bad or good. It is only about whether we vibe with that. And you always have a ocean of choice. Recommend people to go to a bookstore and buy books. And not just go by online recommendations. You look at the book, you feel it, experience it, with all your 5 senses, smell the book, taste it also when nobody is watching. Of course, there are cameras in the bookstore. And then feel it, touch it, read it, and experience the book, all the sensory perceptions. That's why I said it is therapy.
Question. I have one last question. There is
Yes,
something
yes.
called a speed reading also. I have been hearing that because your eyes will not be, instead of reading word by word, you can just scan the lines so that you can finish the books fast. Have you tried any
Actually,
time?
yes, I understand. Okay, I would recommend for preparing for exams because they have a lot of content to cover and prepare for the exams. But okay, Bharadwaj says smell the book. Lovely. Okay. But for people who are reading for the pleasure of understanding what is the perspective, then you can go at your own pace. Speed reading is a good technique. Actually, you begin to develop that technique once you are become an avid reader. Sometimes I finish some of the books in just 3 days. Sometimes I take 3 weeks. So I have my own pace with each book. There is nothing, one rule for everything. No, we can have different rules for different books. Did I answer your question, Amit? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Kavitha ma'am, what is the best way to memorize the book? Like I have a habit of underlining many things. If you see any of my books, filled with many things, scratches and here and there, writing all over and everything. That's why
Footnotes. Yes.
what is the best way to memorize and remember the points and everything?
Okay. If you really like the concept, then I don't think it's difficult to remember. But it depends on why you want to recall and remember that. So if you want to give a talk like me, then I think if you can remember the gist and talk about it, it's great. Or if you're doing a lecture about one full book, sometimes I do book reviews. I am part of some of the global book review groups. So all of us read the same book for 15 days, and then some of us nominate to review the book. And then, a lot of discussions happen over it. And there's a WhatsApp group, all those things. So if we have to do that, then you should remember a lot of things. And of course, it helps to make your own footnotes. Yeah. But if you're reading fiction or Harry Potter, why do you want to underline something? Because you're not going to refer to that anytime ever, right?
Development books.
So yeah, it depends on which genre of book you're reading.
Right. Another.
Okay, I just take a minute
Sure.
to plug my phone. It is running out of charge.
And
yes, please go on with the next question.
Kavitha, you had mentioned about Radhakrishna Pillai, the author who had suggested a book of Chanakya for students. Can you let me know the topic of that? I mean, the title of the book?
Okay, I think it is Chanakya for students.
Chanakya for students.
Something like that. Yeah. In fact, when I train teachers, I actually recommend them to read that book.
Okay.
It's a very good book of helping teachers how to become a good teacher.
Okay.
Understanding the students, which are their audience.
Sure.
So it's a very beautiful book.
Since I train school students on personality development, so I thought I can gift them this book. That would be
definitely gift it to the teachers and also some of the students.
Yes.
And you can even talk about that book.
Sure.
It'll be very interesting for them.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.
And
that's nice to know, Prakash.
Yes. One more last is that you said there was a movie in which Aishwarya Rai acted. So,
Pride and Prejudice.
Okay. Can you repeat? Can you spell it?
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. Okay.
It's the original is a book by Jane Austen, who was a classical writer, set in the British times.
Thank you. Rachna, you can ask others.
Yes, sure. Let's have a conversation. Shreyas, I see that you want to say something. Do you read?
No. Yeah, I used to read, but stopped in between. I like in my childhood, I used to read Tinkles and Amar Chitrakathas and comics, many of the comics. Yeah, but
it's always nice to get back to those comics. I have an entire collection of all those.
Yeah.
I had collected during my school days.
Oh, okay.
Now they have the digest copies and they have offers on that when you buy the whole set on that. It'll be nice.
The whole bundle. Yeah.
As
Thank
a
you.
bundle. We have back to those books. They are lovely ones. Anant Pai has done research, and he has also presented it very beautifully.
Yes.
We have a question in the chat.
Yeah.
Bharatwaj is asking whether it's good to read as a hard copy or a soft copy.
There is nothing good or bad about these things. It depends what suits you. If you think you love to hold the book and experience it through your sensory perceptions, then it's always nice to read a book, a physical copy. But sometimes you can't keep buying all the books and you don't know where to store them. You see those big bookshelves in my house? Yeah. So that is where my entire collection of 2000 books are happily residing. So you need to spend some money on storing them also. So I think that way a soft copy is good to have. You can store it on the cloud and just retrieve it whenever you want. So I think there is nothing good or bad about anything, but yeah, the way you prefer, whatever works for you.
Okay.
Did I answer Bharatwaj?
Hard copy.
Okay. This says we can't taste the Kindle. Correct. You're right.
Ram and Reenu, Ranjini, do you have any questions? I think I'll take it as a no. Okay. So all of you have waited till the end. We have a bonus for you. And that is nothing but this is shared by our facilitator. We have 2 books that is shared here.
Somebody asked whether reading a soft copy is better. Sometimes I take a soft copy and print it out. It works cheaper also. And I have my way. reading the physical copy. So I've actually picked them from Ocean of Books PDF collection, and I've shared it with you. One is called Radical Candor, and the other one I think is about understanding different personalities of people. I thought it might help you to, look at these two topics in a deeper way through reading these books. Happy reading. Okay, can you also share that image which I sent you, Rachana? 10 books.
Yes, it is shared.
Okay. Right. So generally people ask on the internet, recommend some books to read. So I also asked so that I can share it with you. You can ask yourself on different genres, whichever you like. But I thought these are kind of a combination of different genres, and it'll be good to read them also.
Okay, great. I hope we don't have any more questions. So I would like to hand over the virtual stage to Shreyas. Yes, over to you, Shreyas.
Yeah, thank you, Rachana, and thank you, Kavitha, for such a wonderful session. Actually, like I told you, it took me back to my childhood days where I used to read comics. So I think through this session, I'll start the habit again. Actually, the books, it's actually here only. All of the books are there, but it's just lying there. I've not started to read it. So I think after this session, I'll definitely start and continue using whatever strategies you told to finish a book, to read a book. So thank you very much for the session, and I hope all of the audience here also loved it as much as I loved it. You can unmute and give your appreciation to Kavitha.
Okay, I remembered that word. It's called
Yes.
T is silent, like tsunami.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's called a collection of unread books, a pile of unread books.
Sundoku.
Sundoku.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, like I told you, I'm also a trainer for international spelling bee participant. And I'm also a word game Scrabble coach. I'm internationally certified. So I have a flair for words.
Oh,
And yeah, it kind of reading actually supports my other passion. And yeah, so life has been really interesting with all these things.
I met a
Shreyas,
person who says reading a dictionary is his hobby.
Yeah, I want to show you how many dictionaries I have.
Yeah.
I have about 40 different dictionaries in my collection.
40
dictionaries.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I can show them to you.
Oh.
Do you read them or refer them?
Refer them because I was also training, spell bee champions. Okay, so this is where it is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you can see all the different dictionaries.
You have to turn back so that.
Oh, I haven't turned the camera. Okay, sorry. Okay.
No,
I'm not able to get that option. Okay, anyway, I'll just turn the camera. Yeah, you can see?
Yes. Yeah.
Cambridge, Oxford, Merriam-Webster. Any kind of dictionary I see, I generally pick it up because, the formats. There is a dictionary which is called a thesaurus. It has only synonyms and antonyms. And there's a dictionary for foreign phrases. There's a dictionary for understanding different other languages, Kannada to English, English to Kannada. And then there are dictionaries just for playing Scrabble. Okay. So, and that's what my collection of dictionaries is all about.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to do this collection of dictionaries because I was teaching, MBA aspirants who were preparing for CAT exams. And then I used to teach them verbal ability. And, those question papers which we have to do in 1 hour, about 2,000 words in one, practice paper. Of course, the meaning will be given in the options, but it was nice for me to look through, quickly flip through, and it immensely improved my dictionary skills, searching for them very fast and all that. So I have a love affair with dictionaries also.
Superb, Kavitha. Thank you so much for this session. Before closing, I would like to thank you formally from Toastmasters with this with this certificate of appreciation.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope everyone enjoyed the storytelling pattern. Thank you. It's lovely.
Thank you so much, Kavitha. And before ending, one final thank you to our host, Rachana CS.
Yes.
Thank you, Rachana, for wonderfully conducting this Power Talk series.
Yes, and one more, I have an announcement. Yes, as you all know, we are, yes, first let me thank Kavitha ma'am for this beautiful session, wonderful session. I think I was too curious to know about how the reading skills will help myself, and also same thing, I can transfer it to the students. I have made 5 pages of notes.
Wonderful.
Right now, speaking, I think many things will come up, and when I'll go through it again, and some point will click. You also spoke about Sudha Murthy. Yes, I have a habit of giving 2 things to my students, to academy students. One is a cup, which we normally give to our students so that they will remember that it has many affirmations, just like I love public speaking, I enjoy public speaking, I'm a public speaker, something like that.
Oh, you should send me one of those mugs, Pradeep.
I'll gift you whenever I come there. And so whenever they have their coffee, boost or anything, they have to say that 3 times and then have that milk or boost or anything, something like that.
Lovely.
One I'll definitely make about the Chanakya. I'll see that I'll gift them Chanakya book, and also about Sudha Murthy, a couple of books of Sudha Murthy. So it's a good.
I believe, when you meet children from, these backgrounds, it is nice to give them Indian authors. Because they will relate to the face, and they will relate to the personalities also. That is what I believe.
Perfect. Sure. I will definitely do that. Thank you so much for being with us. And as you all know, we are entering into a division meet contest. That is the division contest, which is happening on 19th of April here in Bengaluru. And it's in exactly a place called JP Nagar 5th phase in a corporate Toastmasters club. It will be happening. And they have given us their cafeteria for us, the venue. And we are thankful to them. That is, they are called the Tea Services Toastmasters Club. We are thankful to that. And that comes under Area Director Toastmaster Santosh Setia's place. And she has us in all the way. Santosh, thank you, Santosh. I would like to thank Santosh for that, for helping us to reach to the HR and various other, the venue arrangement, the facilities and everything. You are going to have a very nice good dishes too, along with an ice cream will also be there. So I request you, all of you, to please register for this. It's going to be a beautiful moment. Leaders are the top leaders, that is the district director, the program quality director, and the club growth director will be there. Along with them, the logistics manager, the district PRM, and various other top leaders, and the past leaders, the past immediate past district directors, many of them would be there. So I request each one of you to please register for this, so that you will get a rich experience of all these great personalities, so that you can improve your Toastmasters journey. Okay, so, and the last session for this series, we are going to have on 28th of March, because after that we will get into that mode of preparing for the contest and so many things happening over here. And that would be our last session. So thank you so much, Kavitha ma'am, for being with us today, and to each and every audience over here. Special thanks to our division PRM, who is Rachana, and Shreyas, who has led this entire talk series. They just told me, Pradeep, don't worry about anything. Just come and just sit here, listen to the people, and we are going to arrange all the facilitators and run the show, moderate it and everything. And this clearly shows how Toastmasters I would say awakens the giant within you. There is a book by Tony Robbins about it, Awaken the Giant Within You. Here I would say you get an opportunity saying that, yes, I will take this lead, irrespective whether I know it or not. But slowly, when you get into that role, you start knowing many, the nitty-gritty and various other things about this particular role, and you get on to become a master of it. Right?
Yes.
When you fall down, you stand up, fall down, you get better at this. And I think both of them have given so much to Division A, ultimately contributing to District 121. So I'm thankful to all these great leaders over here, Shreyas and Rachna, working on the background, creating posters, this and everything. And let me also tell you that Rachna is our event chair for this entire contest. So she has all the burden and everything. I'm just sitting relaxed in my chair and just is telling, hey, you do it. Let me know if you need any help. So they are taking the entire burden, and our Shreyas is our stage chair, who is taking everything, if the mic is not working, he is responsible tomorrow if anything happens. So I'm just sitting back. I'm not going to take the blame. They are going to take the blame on that. So it's going to be a great moment. Thank you all for joining this evening, and thank you, Kavitha, especially, and to all of them over here. You could have chosen to stay at home, gone for a movie and enjoyed with your friends, but still you chose to come here, the few of them. I really appreciate that. Thank you all, and we'll meet next on 28th of March, which is going to be our last session. Thank you all, and have a great evening. Happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Prakash. Thank you, Shreyas. Thank you, Rachna. Very proud of you, Rachna.
Sure.
Thank you. And thank you, Pradeep, for all the support.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Good night.